Hey, friends, and welcome back to our summer devotional series where we're taking a pilgrimage through the Holy Land. Last week we had gone into the Old City, Jerusalem, that's talked about so much in the Old Testament. Now we're going deeper into it, and this is the surrounding area of the Second Holy Temple, the temple that Jesus Christ would have spent so much time in, preaching in, teaching in, sharing about the good news. Right now, what you're seeing is a lot of rooms, the remains of old rooms that were attached to the side of the outer walls of the temple. And in just a minute here, you're actually gonna, if you watch closely, see some 2,000-year-old floor tiling. Here we go. As it zooms in right here. Isn't that amazing? We don't know if these rooms were residential or if they were used by religious leaders, but you are right now walking through the buildings, if you will. These are the remains of those buildings. And in just a minute, you are going to see, oh, there's another floor. You're going to see, oh, there's some more tiling right there. The other side of the Holy Temple is what you're going to see, the external area. And in 70 AD, the Roman Empire attacked the Second Holy Temple. Here we are. They lobbed huge stones at the walls to destroy it. And there is piles and piles of rock on the ground where you can see how they just fell right there. You're starting to see some of those piles right there. You can see how the ground is just caved in. Apparently, from that day in 70 AD, as we said, these stones have not been moved. A little bit later, when we go into the Rabbinic tunnels, you're going to see more evidence of that war that took place. And you're actually going to see handmade cannonballs, I believe. I hope I took a picture of it. But they were about the size of a bowling ball, if you will. Now, if you look off to, oh, I missed it. We'll come back to that in just a minute then. But you can see this stone right here. Just look at the sheer size of it. This is what the walls were made out of. If you can imagine the weight and the size of it, carving it and putting it into place. Here we go. Now we're coming back. You see those doorways there off to the left. We'll come back and you'll see in a minute. That's where the priests and the rabbis and the wealthy and the politically influential would enter. There would be a stairway that led up, almost like an archway, all the way up to right there. You see that ledge? That's where it would connect. And there was an entranceway into the temple. And that would be the spot that they would have entered at. What you're seeing here is also part of the Western Wall. And this is the location, most likely, that Jesus would have come in and seen the people selling and trading and basically scamming the Israelites, and he would have gotten mad and flipped over tables. That hole up there that you see, that's actually part of the aqueduct system that provided water for the temple. And at the very tip of that edge there was called the House of the Trumpeter, where a rabbi would come every week and he'd blow the horn to let them know that Shabbat has begun. The ram's horn would also be blown there to let people know about holidays that were happening or other special events. The stone that you just saw, and you're going to see in a moment again, fell from that edge of the temple. And this is actually a replica of it, the original. Yeah, this stone right here. is in a museum, and the Hebrew letters there, they found read House of the Trumpeter. And to help give you a scope of the sheer size, these stones you're seeing on the bottom, the larger ones, are from the Second Holy Temple 2,000 years ago, where these smaller ones are from a later rebuilding project. Before we move into the Second Holy Temple, I want to show you one more thing. This right here that we're going down into is called a mikvah. There were many of these all over the exterior of the temple. These were washing stations. The word mikvah means ritual. And this is where the priests and others would come in and have a ceremonial washing before they would go into the temple to make them ceremonially clean. You can even see a divider between the stairs where people would walk down one side, but you can't walk up that same side. You have to walk up the other side because now that you're ceremonially clean, you can only touch clean things. Lastly, as we make our final approach to enter what is left of the temple, you'll see off in the distance a lot of that green is rosemary, as we talked about in one of the other episodes. There is so much rosemary everywhere. But also, as you're going to hear in just a minute, there was groups of people everywhere, Muslims, Christians, Jews, um, Jewish men celebrating their bar mitzvah, chanting going on all over the place as everybody considers this specific space part of their holy land. Sorry, I know. I wish I had recorded more of that music too. But now we're moving into what I think a lot of you have been wanting to see. These are the Rabbinic tunnels. These are the tunnels that the rabbis used to move about the temple underground, and only they were allowed to use at the time, um, as a way of just navigating things and not having to go through the crowds. Here is a large open room that the rabbis would have used. And in just a minute, you're going to see that cannonball I was talking about that the Romans used. There's three of them there actually during the invasion in 70 AD. There's some more mitzvahs, those washing stations, and these ones were specifically only for the rabbis to use. And this is actually part of the aqueduct system below the Holy Temple. Even up until recently, some of these waters were still used to provide water to Jerusalem. Lastly, I was blessed to go into an archaeological dig underneath the temple. And what you're seeing here is something that was found underneath the foundation of the first temple. This small structure here was someone's residence even before the first holy temple was built. And this is something that they've only recently found in the last, I don't know, dozen years or so. So as I turned around and I looked at the rocks behind me that you see my hand on, I asked and I come to find out these are the stones of the first holy temple. And you can still see the chisel marks in many of them. Unfortunately, because of time, we're going to save the Western Wall or the Wailing Wall for next week. But one image I want to leave you with is this right here. Salem, that crevice is where your prayers are. Now, what you're seeing right here is there's actually a synagogue underneath the Holy Temple that's still being used for worship today. And what you're about to see, this is where they keep the scrolls of the Torah at. These scrolls are the first 5 books of what we call the Bible today. It's traditional for every synagogue to have their own set of handwritten Torah scrolls. And as we finish off our pilgrimage for today, I want to leave you with an act of worship that I was led in. This is a Hebrew chant that we were able to participate in that beautiful synagogue underneath the temple.